The specific procedures and qualifications established shall be listed in the flexible staffing examination announcement for the classes involved. So for the classes that are already in the flexible staffing series in the program, as it is specified, stated in the job specs, this rule states that the specific procedures and qualifications shall be listed in the flexible staffing examination announcement. And that was not, it was omitted. And that's part of the issue about them not including all the information that should be included in the examination.
Currently doing work as 2905 and not being paid the same. And I was born and raised in San Francisco, and I'm actually very proud that I'm able to work in the city that I'm born in. But lately I've been dealing with a lot of stress, the financial hardships. I'm a new mother, and I constantly ask myself, how am I going to pay for college when I'm barely able to cover basic living expenses? And San Francisco has driven a lot of families out due to cost of living, and I refuse to leave my city, but I do want to be compensated for the work I'm doing. Thank you.
I started work here in Sedaine County 10 years ago, and I was 12 years ago, and I was flexed up within a year. And I really enjoyed my position. I'm now the ER. It's a high burnout position. And I find with the not funding the higher flex, I cannot leave my position if I so desire. And I feel that's so unfair because every other classification that doesn't have a class flex can. 40s can move over when they burn out of ER, go elsewhere. I just can't. I have to stay.
Hi, my name is Monica, and I've been a 2903 since 2008. I moved to the HSA in 2011 from San Francisco General Hospital. And I came with the notion that I could become a 2905, wanting to gain promotion and increase in my salary. I learned after training that there were no more examinations or flexing. There were no more opportunities for me. I was stripped of that. And just a quick example is, I have a friend who's one of the lucky ones to still be a 2905. She's retiring the same time that I am. And I calculated the difference. In 35 years, we will be doing the same work that we're doing right now. But because she's a 2905 and I'm only a 2903, there is a $320,000 difference in our salary in the span of 35 years. Where can I pick this money up? I have a family. I'm expecting my second child in September. Yet I look over at my neighboring desk. We do the same exact work, and I'm getting paid $10,000 less.
My name is Linda Cannon, and I am a 2910 doing the work of a 2912 for the last year. And I know that this hearing is about a very specific issue, it's about a very specific appeal, but what I really want to convey is that what is going on here is part of a bigger process. We've taken a lot of cuts and a lot of little, small, gradual pinches here and there, and in the long run, it's really affecting our work. And in the long run, who's going to get affected most is the people that we serve.
Yes.
Because what I have been doing is the work of a 2912 and of a 2916. And a lot of my fellow employees are stretched, our caseloads are doubled, sometimes tripled, and we are not being compensated at all. HSA is not valuing us, and you are going to lose good workers, and ultimately that's going to affect the people that we serve, the people of this city.
My name is Owen, and I completely agree with her that the people are really going to get affected besides us are the people we serve. I tell my clients that we treat you with dignity, respect, and all equalness, and that's what we deserve and we expect as well.
Good evening. My name is Kimber Whitaker. I've been working with the City and County of San Francisco since about 2008. About 2 years ago, I called myself being ambitious, wanted to promote. So I took the test. I landed on the 2903-05 flexing list. Since then, I realized that I actually took a pay cut. Not only did I take a pay cut, I'm kind of in a dead-end job. There is no incentive for me. I am a resident of San Francisco, and as my rent goes up, my income goes down. I believe in equal opportunity, and this has been really unfair, not only for me, but for my coworkers. Thank you.
It's one of the main reasons why I left the private sector and accepted this job in 2010. And let me state clearly, I enjoy my job. However, one matter that does not settle well with me is my job classification 2903. This separate but equal system, that is, equal responsibility for separate pay scales and titles, conflicts with the morals of both this government entity and the employees who work for it. The value and quantity of work processed by us, from answering client phone calls and interviewing new applicants, to authorizing CalFresh benefits and reviewing online systems, are no less than those of the average senior eligibility worker by now. In fact, I have taken on additional work with 2 of my unit colleagues taking extended leave recently. Please, for the sake of my colleagues, who are single mothers, bilingual immigrants, long-time public servants, and first-time workers, vote for the side of justice and equality. Thank you. My name is Randy.
I just wanted to say that people can identify themselves if they want in public comment, but you are also allowed, if you choose to, not to identify yourself.
Before I start with my speech, I just want to ask you one question. Is that how will you feel when you come to work every day? You're doing the same type of work, but you're actually getting paid 15% less. Just ask yourself that question, okay? As I say in the speech. So I stand before you today. Is one thing only: is to demand equality as a city employee. My name is Wayne, and I work as an eligibility worker since 2011. I applied this position under the assumption that I will be promoted from low entry eligibility worker 2903 to senior eligibility worker 2905 after 1 year of service. I have been received full task for the past year, which means the same amount of work with same level of responsibility and difficulty as the senior eligibility worker. Yet I'm still getting paid as 2903, which is roughly 15% less than 2905. Now, if we're doing 100% of the work, why should we get paid? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I just want to urge you to, fix the flex for us. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Jill Keeler. I'm with Human Service Agency. I'm a 2912, where I've been many years. And I'm basically stuck in my position. If a position opens up, it's filled by 2910, it's not open for reassignment. As for 2912, a 2912 cannot transfer anymore. I'm stuck in the position that I have. Now I have a son at San Francisco State. If I was to try to become a 2910, I would lose about $9,000 a year. So there's no way. But then who could take a $9,000 cut in pay? And then I work with people that do the same job as I do as a 2910 and make $9,000 less a year. San Francisco is, I would hope that because unions are under attack and civil service seems to be under attack, that you not let that happen in San Francisco and reinstate the flex class.
Hello, my name is Michael Bynum. I am a 2913 program specialist, and I just wanted to point out one little thing that Mr. Kraus stated, that he said there is no department need to flex these people, but if he had an announcement in 2009 for 2903, because they didn't have enough people, it's because the department is not funding the higher classifications and they can't hold people at the higher classification to make that money. So there is a departmental need for that flex staffing. I just want to make sure that point is made clear.
Hi, good evening, Madam Commissioners and ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emmanuel. I've been working for the city for at least 27 years, and I was hired by Human Services Agency in 1998, I believe, or 1999. The position at that time was 2903/05, and after 6 months, you pass your probation, you become 2905. And I have been 2905 since 1999 for the past 12 years or 13 years. And I have been working with a lot of 2903. They're doing exactly the same job that I'm doing. If not, some of them are actually doing lead worker because they have more knowledge in technology and computers, and they're actually doing a great job. And I'm sitting right next to the 2903 and I'm making more money than them, and I really felt bad about that. And I believe that they deserve to be paid equally as I do. I came here, nothing to gain, I just want to make a testimony for that. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Jay Ramos. I'm a 2903 eligibility worker with the Callahan.They program as well. I've been with the city for about over 5 years now. First, I would like to say how grateful I am to be working for the city and county of San Francisco. San Francisco is one of the greatest cities in the world. We are all proud of the city, and we know how to take care of our citizens. I'm also proud of the work that we do as city employees, and we continue to do. I believe the kind of work that I do is an extension of who I am and who we are. For over 2 years or so now, I've been doing the same type of work that a senior eligibility worker have been doing. However, I feel that I'm not being compensated for the same type of work and the same amount of work that I do. There is a difference of roughly $9,000, $10,000 between me and a 2905. If you can explain to me why that is, we treat our citizens of this great city with a lot of respect, and yet I feel that as loyal civil servants of the city, we are treated like second-class citizens. I ask you to consider and put yourself in our shoes. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Justin. So I have a quick statement. Thank you for your time. I was a 2905 and I was demoted back to a 2903. And recently I would put in an out-of-class claim, and the city acknowledged that I am doing work out of my class because I was reclassified as a 2903. So the city has already acknowledged that I'm doing the work of a 2905, which I was, and which I was demoted at that time. I just want to make a statement saying thank you for your time, and that please take into consideration me and my colleagues, and hopefully we can get paid what we justly deserve. Thank you.
And I was hired as a medical eligibility worker back in 2010. And most of us new hires get hired as dual workers. So we get trained to do medical and food stamps or other programs. Therefore, as a result, we do twice the work, twice the intakes, twice the tests, but we make $9,000 less a year. So I also love my job, but I would also like to be treated fairly and have the same opportunities that the previous workers had before me. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Janelle Leon. I work for the medical program. I was hired in January 2008, and I was told that after 6 months I would be flexed. But because of the financial crisis that happened at the end of the year 2008, management told us that they would delay our flexing. So almost 4 years has passed by, and I still at 2903. I have my results here from my test that I took that clearly shows that I'm supposed to be flexed. If today the examination shows that it's not flex anymore, it's because the city changed over time. But when I was hired, they promised me that they would flex me, and I'm still waiting almost 5 years. And I'm making almost $9,000 less than my peers doing the same kind of work. Thank you for your time.
Can I just ask you? 2903 eligibility worker. I was hired in 2008, and my job announcement said class 2903, 2905 eligibility worker, senior eligibility worker, flexible staffing. I have my letters here. It's dated August 31st, 2007. I should have flexed over 4 years ago, and I was, still waiting, doing the job of a 2905, and I am unable to move up to a supervisor position or just any other position because of that.